The Eagles are stacked and ready to compete for the Super Bowl. Yes, the same Eagles who had an over-under of 6.5 wins last season. The same team that started 0-5 on the season. That was back then. And this is now. In the NFL, a lot can change in a single year. Here are 5 reasons why the 2022 Eagles are a legitimate Super Bowl contender. First, the roster is loaded and more talented than the group from 2017. You might want to object to that assertion at first, but it would help if you went through the rosters in order, starting at the top. The current group possesses a greater amount of talent overall, particularly in wide receiver, cornerback, and linebacker positions. Adding Chauncey, the acquisition of Gardner Johnson was the icing for Howie Roseman's stellar offseason work. The Eagles improved practically every area of the club that needed improvement from the previous season, while maintaining adaptability for possible future transactions. Within 6 months, the Eagles significantly improved their roster by acquiring players like A.J. Brown, Hassan Reddick, James Bradbury, Gardner Johnson, Kaiser White, Jordan Davis, Cam Jurgens, and Nakobe Dean, among others. The final piece of the jigsaw may arrive in the shape of a trade for a running back around the time when the trade deadline is, similar to what happened in 2017. Moving on, a sense of urgency is smartly hovering over offseason moves. Around Jalen Hurts, Roseman has likely crafted the greatest, strongest, and deepest group he has ever assembled. Consider the salary cap landscape if that seems overly dramatic or premature. Hurts has a cap hit of just over $1 million this season, making him nearly $40 million less than the highest paid player at the position. If the Eagles win, Hurts will be rewarded with a contract extension at the end of the season. Even if the Eagles' quarterback situation is undetermined in 2023, future quarterback pay will loom over cap decisions. Much like the early Russell Wilson Seahawks, the stars have aligned for Hurts to have the finest squad possible around him here. Following that, Vegas usually knows, and the stakes are enormous for this group. We like to conceive of underdogs coming from nowhere to win it all, but in the NFL, it is extremely unusual. At FanDuel, the Eagles are currently 20-1 to win the Super Bowl. Over the last 2 decades, 17 of the 20 eventual Super Bowl champions were 20-1 or worse when the season began, with the 2017 Eagles, 2011, and 2007 Giants as the exceptions. Preseason Super Bowl hoopla is virtually always justified. The Eagles are one of around 12 teams who can win it all this year, along with the Bills, Buccaneers, Chiefs, Rams, Packers, Chargers, 49ers, Broncos, Ravens, Bengals, and Colts. Next up, look at the schedule. The Eagles have the NFL's second easiest schedule, according to Warren Sharp's strength of schedule based on projected 2022 win totals. It's expected to get off to a fast start in September, October, and early November, as it did in 2017. According to my calculations, the Eagles will be underdogs only 3 times this season, at Arizona, Indianapolis, and Dallas. Games are played on the field. However, that gives you a decent idea of the timetable. And look at the quarterbacks on the rival team's schedule this year. How many games will the Eagles be down at the most vital position in the game? I count 4: Arizona, Dallas, twice, and Green Bay. With Jalen Hurts outperforming or coming close to outperforming every other signal caller the Eagles will encounter, it's enormous. Moving on, the NFC is about to have a down year, opening up a chance at home field advantage. Green Bay has won 13 games in 3 consecutive seasons, becoming the first club in NFL history to do it. Is this team capable of doing so 4 times in a row? I doubt it, especially with the wide receiver room looking so bleak after Davante Adams' departure. This feels more like an 11-win squad than a regular season powerhouse. Los Angeles is dealing with a Super Bowl hangover, the loss of Von Miller, and one of the league's most tough schedules. Furthermore, Matthew Stafford is suffering from an elbow issue that appears to have been there for some time. San Francisco has quarterback controversy, doesn't appear completely sold on Trey Lance, and has yet to put together a competent offensive offensive line throughout the preseason. Kyle Shanahan is an excellent coach, but this team appears to be a work in progress rather than a home field advantage group. Dallas had the anti-Eagles offseason with a talented player after a talented player leaving the team. Tyron Smith has been the most significantly injured player this summer, wreaking havoc on the offensive line in front of a not quite as mobile Dak Prescott. Sean Payton is on the horizon, which will not make Mike McCarthy happy. Turnover luck will no longer be the same. The Cowboys have the potential to be a tire fire. Following that, in other news, Patriots down to third-string QB Bailey Zappi, as Brian Hoyer ruled out with head injury. It is unlikely that giving the New England Patriots third-string quarterback a shot would have helped solve the offensive problems the team was having. Due to an injury to his ankle, Mac Jones did not participate in the game that the Green Bay Packers played on Sunday. In Jones's absence, Brian Hoyer took the field as the starting quarterback for the game on Sunday. However, Hoyer left the field early in the first quarter to get checked out for a possible head injury. Soon after that, his participation was disqualified. Hoyer took a significant hit on a sack, walked to the medical tent afterward, and then walked to the locker room shortly after that. Bailey Zappi, a rookie, was brought in to take his position. This year, Zappi was selected in the 4th round after attending Western Kentucky University. Because of his solid performance in the preseason, some people thought that the 36-year-old Hoyer should make way for him to take the starting quarterback job. When Hoyer went down with an injury, the Patriots were put in a position where they had to make that decision. Next up, Panthers RB Christian McCaffrey, thigh, active versus Cardinals. Christian McCaffrey will play in Week 4 despite suffering from a thigh injury. McCaffrey is listed as active for Sunday's game against the Arizona Cardinals, which will take place at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. After missing practice on Wednesday and Thursday due to the thigh injury that was previously mentioned, McCaffrey's availability for Sunday's game was in doubt. On Friday, he was only able to participate in limited drills. McCaffrey is one of the most exciting offensive talents in the league when he is healthy. Yet, during the previous 2 seasons, he has missed a stunning 23 games due to injury. This year, head coach Matt Rule and the Panthers have employed McCaffrey in practice on an as-needed basis, mixing in off days here and there. CMC has a combined total of 34 touches through the season's first 2 weeks. Despite this, McCaffrey set a new season best with 25 runs and 2 catches on 4 targets when the Panthers defeated the Saints in Week 3 of the NFL season. Even though CMC will be playing, it is unlikely he will have a workhorse's share of the carries again when they play the Cardinals. Regardless, the presence of the 2019 All-Pro in the Panthers lineup should result in an improvement in the team's odds of defeating the Cardinals. McCaffrey is coming off of 2 consecutive games in which he rushed for 100 yards, marking the first time since 2019 that he has done so. Finally, Commanders expected to activate rookie RB Brian Robinson this week. According to sources, the Washington Commanders plan to activate running back Brian Robinson from the team's reserve/non-football injury list early this week, allowing the rookie to return sooner rather than later. While this is encouraging news, it does not guarantee Robinson will play against the Titans in Week 5. Robinson might potentially practice but not play this week, utilizing it as a warm-up time. His condition will be determined after the week. Meanwhile, star pass rusher Chase Young, who is currently on the reserve/unable to perform list, rehabbing from a ruptured ACL suffered during the 2021 season, is expected to return in the middle of the season, according to reports. Robinson, the highly regarded rookie who appeared to be the team's starting running back to begin the season, is healing from 2 gunshot wounds he received in late August. Robinson was the victim of an attempted armed robbery or carjacking, according to the Washington, D.C. Police Department. Robinson was also fortunate that the 2 bullets passed through his knee and missed all important sections, ligaments, tendons, bone, without causing significant harm. According to a source, Robinson's wounds have healed. Robinson, a 3rd-round pick out of Alabama, participated in a simulated series with the strength and conditioning staff this week, simulating what it will be like in an NFL game. According to accounts, he received great feedback stack. With Robinson out, Washington's main running back this season has been Antonio Gibson, who has averaged only 3.1 yards per rush attempt. Well, that marks the end of our video for today. We hope you liked it. On your way out, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.